Yo, once again, it's on. We back at you one more again in the house like kitchen sinks. Real Kids TV, man. Hopefully, you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share it. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed and hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this heat, you're amongst the first to receive it, man. No further ado, this is episode 3, part 3 of why Master P is the boss of all bosses. Yeah, I mean, now, you don't necessarily have to have the most money to be the biggest boss. You feel what I'm saying? You know, the Forbes list just came out, right? And it's crazy because P doesn't even, according to him, he doesn't even volunteer his financial status, if you will, to Forbes. But yet, they continuously keep putting him on the list. And he continually lands in the top 10. I'm going to show you the list, man, Forbes. Now, understanding that Forbes wouldn't know exactly how much a person has. That's like you. You out here grinding, you work, you make, $100,000 a year. I'm just use that figure. And, you got a house and you got a couple cars and you got a couple things or whatever. And somebody comes along and they assess, if you will, they assess your value or net worth at 400,000. Okay, cool. Well, they don't know if that's really your net worth. You may have 100,000 in a shoebox somewhere. You know what I mean? Offshore account that nobody knows about. However, Forbes is not going to be that far off. So if they saying 400,000, okay, you worth, 280. You worth 320, 350. You know what I mean? You might be worth a little bit more, but they're not going to be that far off. Now, even to this day, 2023, they got Master P at 250 million. Now, a lot of people's looking at that like, I don't know about that, man. He ain't doing no music. But guess what? That man been moved on from music. Forbes is not going to continuously get it wrong. So it may not be 250, it may be 150. Maybe 200, maybe 175. But it's somewhere in that realm, if you will. It's somewhere in that ballpark. Now, the reason, like I say, P is the boss of all bosses, because guess what? All the people hating on him, where they at? All the people that they say got all this bread, why Birdman ain't on the list? Now, let me make this clear. Birdman ain't never hated on P. I ain't never heard him hate on P, but I've heard other people continuously say, oh, Birdman got way more money than P. He had Drake, he had Nicki Minaj, he had Lil Wayne, he had this person, he had Tiger, he got, NBA Young. Hey, and he's done a fine job, and he makes a lot of money, I'm sure. But my thing is this. Why he ain't never in the top 10? Once again, no disrespect, because I've never heard Birdman say anything bad about P. But I'm just simply saying, why does P continuously land in the top 10? Like I said, Slim Thug, he talking about Master P's broke. Where you at, Slim Thug? I ain't see you nowhere even on the list. And I went beyond the top 10. You ain't nowhere on the list. Whack 100. You keep talking about Master P's renting his house, and maybe he is. But maybe it's bigger than what me and you know. Same way people think that it's cool to buy cars. Nah, these dudes lease cars, man. Because cars are liabilities. They're not assets. So some people are a lot more financially advanced than we are. Like Whack 100. He way more advanced than I am. Whack got some millions, so he says, and I believe it. But at the same time, dude, you're nowhere near Master P's level, man. Same way Slim Thug's not even remotely close. So why your name ain't never on the list? Every time somebody says something about P having some bread, Whack 100 got something to say. Oh, they lying. He ain't worth that much. You know, my peoples is behind the gates, and he knows that I'll expose him. Oh, P don't even hear you, dude. He don't even hear you. All the people that have spoken on this have all been like, dude, P's anything but broke. So, yeah, he may not have Diddy money, he may not have Jay-Z money, but guess what? What does a net worth really, really mean? You know what I mean? I'm sure Diddy's net worth is going to go down since he's not with Ciroc anymore. It don't mean nothing. My company may be up here one day. This is why you sell. Slim Thug, this is why you sell your masters. My company may be worth this. My masters may be worth this one day. But then the next day, it may be way down here. So if I got somebody that's going to give me right now $200 million for my masters, and I'm making maybe $500,000 to $1 million a year off my masters, let's just say I'm making $5 million a year. Let's just say, and that's saying a whole lot. Why wouldn't I sell my masters for $200 million, man? Now, I don't know P's situation. They say he got into some financial trouble and ended up losing his masters to the government. That's what Wax says. We don't know. Wax says a lot of stuff. They ain't never even met. They've never talked. They've never done business together. So Wack, he'll make his comrades on Clubhouse believe everything that he says, but we not believing that bullshit. They coattail riders on Clubhouse. You right, Wack? Damn, Wack, I never looked at it that way. Damn, Wack, you said that. Wow. Wack, you right again. I can't believe it. This guy's a genius. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Wack because he came out of penitentiary, became a truck driver, made something of himself, and became a millionaire, man. Who can say that? I'm definitely not hating on him. But see, when you get to hating on a boss, man, you in a whole different, hemisphere, stratosphere, and what have you. You gonna hate on a man just because you clout chasing. You want P to say something back to keep he's not gonna do it, man. He don't, if you ever notice, the whole time that No Limit's been out, they don't beef on Wax, man. And he ain't gonna say nothing to you directly. When I see you, I see you. And if it's something, then it's something. If it's not, it's not. That's how it seems like P operates, man. So why P's the boss of all bosses, man? This man came out with I'm About It. You know how when Michael Jackson came out with Thriller, and it's like Dave Chappelle said, man, he made Thriller. That's how it is with P, man, for us. He made Bout It. Man, that Bout It, man, it's still a classic. I still watch it to this day. You know what I mean? Spent his own bread, made a movie for $300,000-$400,000, if that, and made millions and millions off of it. And broke his peoples off. Had real dope fiends in the movie. In the real projects in New Orleans. P will forever be a legend, a living legend. And when he's not living anymore, he'll still continue to be a legend. Jay-Z, Puffy, Dre, Kanye, yeah, okay, cool. They all got more bread, cool, but it's not just about the bread. Y'all not bosses like P. You don't even see these guys. Where you see them at? When you seen Dre in the hood? When you seen Diddy in the hood? Now, it seems like Diddy does a lot. And I'm not saying these other guys don't do a lot. They write checks. But where do you see him? Master P's out there handing out food. He's talking to the homeless. He's talking to the elderly. He's talking to the kids. He's, giving out the backpacks. He ain't just sending a check. Nah, he's there. You can reach out and touch P. What's up, man? How you doing, homie? Like I said, he comes to my home state all the time, Louisville, Kentucky. I'm not from Louisville, but I'm from Kentucky. He's always in Louisville, man, paying for funerals, doing things for the kids. He has a key to the city, building youth centers. His son goes to U of L. Come on, man. How do you refute Master P being the boss of all bosses? Okay, some guys passed him up financially. Yeah, P made some mistakes, in my opinion. He made some mistakes early on. You know, he's the hottest label in the world, and he left that to go try to pursue his dreams in basketball. Guess what? That's what he was supposed to do. You know why? How would he have ever known? So, you know, he had a couple stints, you know, in the preseason or whatever. The Hornets, the Raptors. You know, unfortunately, he didn't make the squad. But, hey, how else would he have ever known if he didn't do it? And then he just totally went a different direction. You know, he went from No Limit Records to Take a Stand Records. And, you know, he just got away. Everybody left No Limit. And, you know, he made some mistakes, man, you know, if you ask me. But we all make mistakes. Every last one of us. But he kept his integrity. He didn't sell out. He wasn't at them Hollywood parties. He stayed true to his, you know, his real peoples. Look at P, man, he's still around the same people he was around 25 years ago, man. Big Boz. Big Court. I'm holding court. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check out that podcast, Holding Court. Big Court. You know, and he still got other people around him that I don't know of. But a lot of people, man, they just jumped the gun because Romeo came out and said this and said that, and I've been holding this down. And okay, but what about when P made a response and said, how you pay my taxes, homie, when you ain't even made enough money? I'm paying you. You on my label. You ain't even made enough money to pay my taxes. So how could you have paid my taxes when I know how much I paid you? You saying we owe you all this bread, but you really ain't even the face of I forgot the name of the potato chip company he got, you know what I'm saying? So how are you the face of this? Rap Snacks. How are you the face of Rap Snacks when you ain't even hot? You ain't, you know, you my son, I love you, but at the same time, come on, man. I begged them people to put the damn near fault James Lindsay, my business partner, to get you on the cover of it. I could have put myself on the cover of it. But I feel Romeo too. I want some bread. So, I just think what it is P just recognized that, hey, listen, man, we don't got a money printing machine no more like we did in the 90s. So all of these things that we used to have, $20 and $30 million crib, gold ceilings, and, helicopters with the Louis wrap, Gucci wrap on the outside, and all these exotic cars and millions of dollars worth of jewelry. We don't need that now. Let's scale back. All that going to the club and popping bottles and spending $10,000, $15,000. Yeah, we got it, but why do it? Why do that? We ain't got to, man. Let's keep this money, save this money, and put it into something else. And I think Romeo just got to the point to where he was just like, listen, man, I've been holding this down too, and I believe that. I've been holding this down too. I want to spend my money the way I want to spend it. I definitely think P has a little bit of a control issue. I mean, it just is what it is. Romeo's like, look, I'm a grown man. I got 2 kids now. I'm trying to do what I need to do. So, they was going back and forth. Romeo probably couldn't reach P. You know what I mean? And so he came out on social media and did what he had to do. Got his check. You know what I mean? It was sad, you know what I'm saying? But they did what they had to do. They handled it, and you ain't heard nothing else. Boss of all bosses, man. You handle your situation, and you get through it. This man's still going on tour. Still selling out. 20,000 people, you got 20 plus thousand. They're screaming, we know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know. Come on, man. So how is he not the boss of all bosses? Started from the trunk for real. For real. Started from the trunk. Redemption story. Everybody, America loves a redemption story, man. And it's series that he got coming out. It's going to be hot, man. You got 50 Cent, man, who's one of the biggest How can I put this? Because I don't want to insult him in no way. Yeah, 50 Cent, man, who don't compliment many people. He said, man, P's one of the smartest dudes in the business. He'll figure it out. Even if he is having some financial problems, he'll figure it out. Come on, man. Boss of all bosses, man. It's episode 3. I need y'all to support, man. You know what I'm saying? I got episode 1 out. I got episode 2. All you gotta do is go to my channel. Watch them, man. Support them. Share them, man. Let's get this out there, man. Master P is the boss of all bosses, unequivocally. It's not even close. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way, man. Real Kens TV, episode 3, man. You know what I mean? Once again, why Master P is the boss of all bosses. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, share it, definitely. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Definitely check out episode 1 and 2. Share it, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you like No Limit, if you like Master P, if you like, anything that has anything to do with P, man, this is the channel for you, man. Hit that post notification so anytime I drop, it's heat on you, especially about No Limit Records. You're amongst the first to receive it. Now tell me back in the day if you old enough that every Tuesday you went at that record store waiting to get that new No Limit CD. Executive produced Master P on the front of it. I'll take it back a little further. I was getting the tapes. Yeah, I was getting the tapes back then. That's how far back I go. The original TRU. You know what I mean? Mama's Bad Boy. It was tapes with no CDs. I don't remember no CDs. The ghetto's trying to kill me. 99 Ways to Die. Yeah. Now I think that next CD, Mr. Ice Cream Man may have gone to a CD. Then Ghetto Dope. Then The Last Don, then the Trues in between. Come on, man. We can talk No Limit all day long, man. But nevertheless, man, I've gone long enough, man. Got to save some for episode 4, man. Why Master P's the boss of all bosses? Y'all share this for me, man. Small channel. We trying to get off the ground, man. Can't do it without you all. Till next time.